We have been, this club, we started, and I think we started in about 2000, thereabout, because the former charter was in the year 2000. I think 2001. And of course, that time when so many people, about 25, majority of us were working. And then, half of us were working, and the other half were actually in college, all right? So, and from there on, the club, started picking up, and I was going in and out of the country, and that's how I kept on with the club. But of course, as time went on, I also realized that actually I am in and out. I am in Tanzania, and I'm saying, hey, what should I do while I'm back in Tanzania? So it's just about that time. Then an idea crossed my mind and said, for continuity's sake and for us to enjoy and for me to continue enjoying what I started here, then we started Rotaract Club of Kwanza in Dar es Salaam. So I was now a double charter member of in Rotaract. So I was a charter member in Rotaract Club of Rubaga, and I was also a charter member in Rotaract Club of Tanzania, Kwanza. And the name is deliberate because it was the first Rotaract Club in Tanzania, and I think it's still growing. The DRRs will tell me they are here. I don't know whether the club is actually still existed at school, but I know it is there. And it's one of the vibrant clubs out there. And so over time, the club grew. We had challenges. The fact that we're both community and university based, we're always going to have challenges. And of course, I think 3 years or 4 years in there, we dreamed out Kabisa onto the bottom. And now we had the challenge of now bringing back the club again. So 2005 was one of our worst years because I think most of the people who were in the institutions had to move to other places, and we lost so many members at that time. And we had to resort to very clever ways of having fellowship and ensuring that we sustain our club, not only our club, but also to ensure that these projects are done. Guess what? And that's how Mwekume becomes a thing. About 2006-07 there, because of what we're facing in terms of fellowship, right? Mwekume was born. Why was Mwekume born? Because we realized that Jambo and us were facing the same challenges. Membership was low, and therefore we were not having fun. But we decided that we needed to team up. Every Tuesday they're in our club, every Thursday we're in our club. So we are not, and we used to register membership at either side. Why? Because we felt that way will attract more people, and that way we'll have actually, we'll enjoy fellowship and not miss anything. And it kept on. The one where Kume came was from a small, we used to meet after fellowship opposite, we used to meet at this place that was closed. What is it called? It is in Bakuri, that famous hotel. Regency Hotel. No, not Regis. It is Regency Hotel. So opposite it, there was a small little drinking place before the bus terminal came there. And it was a veranda. And we used to call it the Kabbalah. We used to have the famous Kabbalah fellowship after fellowship there. And Brian Mulondo, one of our members at that time, used to use that word, Mwekume. Now, every other time we used to end the fellowship, he used to tell us, he used to bid us goodbye by saying, bye, goodbye, Mwekume. So, and he used to say it every other time, every member. And when this Mwekume thing started, we said we needed a name. And Brian loaned us that name from what he used to tell us, the way he used to bid us goodbye after our fellowships and after fellowships. And that is how Mwekume was born, and that is how now perhaps some of the things that you enjoy today came from. Of course, at our 23, as we celebrate 23 years old, I'm asking myself, what are we celebrating therefore? We're celebrating our successes, we're celebrating our failures. We had so many failures along the road, but the present, we had so many successes. One of the things we should celebrate is the fact that this club is sustained itself for the last 23 years. And I think that is a big hand clap to all of you. And the membership and of course the leadership of this club. So we are celebrating success. But also, and part of that is these 23 years. All right? I already talked about the need for us to, we're celebrating fellowship. Fellowship not only with ourselves, fellowship with other members. And because of Mwekume, other clubs have also come up with all sorts of forms of ways and ways of fellowship. But I tell you not that Mwekume changed the way Rubaga and Chambogo, and now I think the addition was Bogoto. We changed the landscape. So we are celebrating fellowship. We are fellowshipping our uniqueness as well. We're also celebrating 23 years of leadership. As Mwekume, we are within the club, but also outside the club. Mwekume has, I think, 5 DRRs, right? 5. 2 from this club, 2 from Chambogo, 1 from Tida. No, Bogoto. Why? Because of the way we do our things. It is completely unique, all right? And because of that, we have to celebrate this leadership. We are celebrating service to the community. You're from Bidi, all right? Past President Tula, all right? Very successful concept. And why? Because of the zeal and the feel and the commitment for the community, and of course the need to ensure that our Rubaga continues to be relevant to the community. We are celebrating our growth as a club. I don't know how many members you have today, but I think you're adding on 7, but I think you must be about what? 46. All right? I think you want to go through this curve, up and down, rediscover themselves, and then later on get back to the path of sustaining themselves. You have done it, and it is indeed, we need to celebrate it. We are celebrating also your commitment, therefore, especially when it comes to community service. And to me, that is success, and we need to celebrate it. And it wouldn't have happened if you did not commit yourselves to this club. We also ensuring that our hopes and aspirations in the future are also celebrated. And the fact that you sustain yourself, I know you have dreams for this club, all right? And therefore, as members, as we commit ourselves, let's also commit to the future and and of course the hopes and dreams that you have for this club. We started way back in 23 years ago, all right? It is not the same landscape, all right? It is not. And therefore, for me, with the energy that I see here today, with the zeal and commitment that I see here today, I know the best of Rubaga is yet to come. The Chandias are still here. That is commitment. All right? The Jacintas are still here. That is commitment. Why do I come back here? It is commitment. So my challenge to you, as members of this club, please commit yourself, because it is through you that this club will actually see itself the next 23 years. It is very, very important. All right? And lastly, we are celebrating continuity in the next 23 years. There was somebody who introduced themselves from Rotaract Club of Natete. Yeah. When I meet this guy the other time, I say this guy is very, the way he carries himself, very unique. I was invited to this club to speak, and it's one of those when I was actually visiting this club. One of the conditions I was given is to speak in Uganda. You understand? Uganda. And I asked myself, how am I going to break the rules of Rotary to speak in a language that is not recognized? All right? But I said, what the heck? This is a big club, it's a new club, they have decided us to go this way, why not? So I decided to speak to God. I say this because Natete is such a unique club. It showed me that, you can see that, it showed me that actually, we need, if we do not appreciate our uniquenesses as first of all as members, it will become very difficult for us to celebrate our uniqueness as a club. All right? Natete decided to speak and deal with itself in Uganda, and that way they niched out themselves and they actually did good things. Why? They embraced their weaknesses, they embraced their uniquenesses, and they knew that that is their niche. I never thought that they would move on the word CEO in Uganda. It was Natete. All right. And so the next 23 years for me, as I sit down, is that we now need to celebrate our uniqueness. Things have changed. You guys have the internet, full blast, it is in your faces. We do not have it. All right? You have everything at your disposal. We do not have it. But to me, I believe that we are now at the point of actually becoming bigger and better as a club. But for us to be bigger and better as a club, first let's look inward. Who are we? What do we stand for? Where are we headed? Where are we coming from and where are we going? What is it that defines us as this club of Rubaga? All right? Because when we know that and understand that, we shall be able to navigate the next 23 years. So celebrate your uniqueness. My challenge to you, and perhaps the next 23 years for you and me, is let us embrace our uniqueness. We are not Kampala North. One of the things why we even started Mwikumi is because we thought we didn't want to be compared to any other club. We needed to niche ourselves out. We needed to meet our demons. We needed also to ensure that we meet our own weaknesses. So we niched ourselves out. Why? Because we needed to be different. We needed to act different. Not that we needed to do anything, the things Rotaract does differently, but we needed to ensure that the way we do Rotaract work is completely different. But in order to do that, we needed to understand ourselves. So, in the next 23 years, let's celebrate our club. Let's celebrate our members, all right? Because I say that your club is your members, all right? And let us also celebrate and all the time reflect on our leadership in this club. Let us use our past presidents. When the Jacitas and the people who created a forum for us called on us, we were quickly and we jumped on. Why? We realized that there is no way we are going to leave our club unattended to. So, as members, commit yourselves. Your success will also depend on you, but also reach out for the Chadias, the Jacintas, the Dariuses, so that they can come back and together we can take this club to greater heights as well. For Rotaract Club of Rubaga to be stronger, therefore, I said let's celebrate our uniquenesses, but I believe we need to keep our promise as members. Let's keep our promise. I told Bob that I'm going to be up country. But I told him I'll try as much as possible to be here. Why? I committed myself. I made a promise to myself. Secondly, I was on my way here, and it is 7 o'clock. I'm supposed to be at CPS to talk, and I'll be shooting out right now. I promised I'll be here and face all the challenges that are happening. And why? I promised to be here and this commitment to this club. All right? So, as I go out, the next 23 years, let us all be challenged to commit ourselves to this club. Because the success of this club depends on you as a member and your commitment as well. And it's because your promise as a member, if it's your commitment as a member, your promise as a member, that is what the legacy of the club will be. So I wish you the next 23 years of, I wish and I hope and pray that the next 23 years will be blissful as the last 23 have been. I wish you God's blessings and success. I pray that you continuously engage us, wherever, in whatever form it will be. I, as Hudson Mutale, I'll pledge that I'll continuously and be here with you and ensure that the next 23 years become even more magical as the last 23 years have been. So thank you very much. This has been delightful.